How goes the night, boy?
The moon is down. I have not heard the clock.
She goes down at 12.
I take it 'tis later, sir.
Hold. Take my sword. There's husbandry in heaven. All their candles are out. Take thee that too. A heavy summons lies upon me like lead, and yet I would not sleep. Merciful powers strain in me the cursed thoughts that nature gives into way repose. Give me my sword. Who goes there?
A friend.
What, sir? Not yet at rest. Even the king's abed. He hath been an unusual pleasure, and sent forth great largesse to your offices. This coin, by which he greets your wife withal, the name of the most kind hostess. He shut up in measureless content.
Being unprepared, our will became the servant in effect, from which free have wrought.
I dreamt last night of the three weird sisters. To you they've showed some truth?
I think not of them. Yet, when we can entreat an hour to serve, we would in some words spend it upon that business, if you would grant the time.
Ah, at your kindest leisure.
If you shall cleave to my consent, when 'tis, it would make most honor for you.
So I lose none, seeking to augment it, keeping my bosom franchised and allegiance clear? I shall be counsel.
Good repose the while.
The like to you, sir. Come.
Go bid thy mistress. When my drink is ready, strike upon the bell. Get thee to bed. Is this a dagger which I see before me? The handle towards my hand? Come, let me clutch thee. I have thee not, yet I see thee still. Art thou not fatal vision, sensible to feeling as to sight? Or art thou a dagger of the mind, a false creation, proceeding from the heat-oppressed brain? I see thee yet, in form as palpable as which now I draw. Thou marshalst me the way that I was going, and such an instrument I was to use. Mine eyes made fools owe thee of their senses, or else worth all the rest. I see thee still, on thy blade dudgeon gouts of blood, which were not so before. There is no such thing. It is the bloody business which informs thus to mine eyes. Now o'er the half-world nature seems dead, and wicked dreams abuse the curtained sleep. Witchcraft celebrates pale Hecate's offerings and withered murder, alarmed by his sential the wolf, who howls his watch, thus with stealthy pace. With Tarquin's ravishing strides, his design moves like a ghost. Thou sure and firm-set earth, hear not my steps, which way they walk, for fear that thy very stones may prate thy whereabouts, and take the present horror from the time which now suits with it. Walls, I threat he lives, words the heat of deeds to cold breath gives. I go when it is done. The bell invites me. Hear it not, Duncan, for it is the knell that summons thee to heaven or to hell.
That which hath made them drunk hath made me bold. What hath quenched them hath both given me fire. Heart, peace, it was thou that shrieked. the fatal bailment which gives the steamer good night. He is about it. The doors are open, and the surfeited grooms do mock their charge with snores. I have drugged their posit, that death and nature do contend them, whether they live or die. Alack, I am afraid they have awakened, and 'tis not done. The attempt and not the deed confounds us. Hark! I had laid their daggers ready. He could not miss them. Had he not resembled my father as he slept? I have done it. My husband!
I have done the deed. Didst thou not hear noise?
I heard the owl scream, and the crickets cried. Did you not speak?
When?
Now,
As I descended?
I,
Hark! Who lies in the second chamber?
Down O'Bane,
This is a sorry sight.
a foolish thought, to say sorry sight.
One did laugh in its sleep, while one cried murder, that they did wake each other. I stood to hear them, but they still did their prayers, and I addressed them once again to sleep.
Two men are lodged together.
One cried, God bless us, and amen the other, as they had seen me with these hangman's hands. Listen to their fear. I could not say amen when they said, God bless us.
Consider it not so deeply.
But wherefore could I not pronounce amen? I was in most need of blessing, and amen stuck in my throat.
These deeds must not be thought. After these ways, so it will make us mad.
Methought I heard one cry out, sleep no more, Macbeth does murder sleep, the innocent sleep that knits up the raveled sleeve of care, the death of each day's life, the sore laborer's bath, the balm of hurt minds, the great nature's second course, the chief nourisher of life's great feast.
What do you mean?
Still it cried, sleep no more, to all the house. Glameth hath murdered sleep, therefore Cawdor shall sleep no more, and Macbeth shall sleep no more.
Who was it that thus cried? Why were these aimed? You do unbend your noble strength. To think such brains sickly of things. Go get some water, and wash this filthy witness from your hand. Why did you take these daggers from the place? They must lie there. Go carry them and smear the sleepy grooms with their blood.
I'll go no more. I'm afraid to think what I've done. Look on it again, I dare not.
Infirm of purpose, give me the dagger. The sleeping and the dead are but as pictures. 'Tis the childhood of the fears of a painted devil. And if he do bleed, I'll gild the fears of the grooms without. It must seem their guilt.
Whence is it with the knocking? How is't with me that every noise appalls me? Whose hands are here? Ha! They flick out mine eyes. Will all great Neptune's ocean wash this blood clean from my hands? No. My hands would rather see the green ones red.
My hands are of your color, but I shame to wear a heart so white. I hear a knocking at the south entry. Retire to our chamber. A little water clears us of this deed. How easy it is then. Our constancy has left you unattended. Hark, more knocking. Get on your nightgown, lest the occasion call us and show us to be the watchers, but not poorly in our thoughts.
To know my deed, 'twere best to not know myself. Wake Duncan with thy knocking. I would if thou couldst.